and welcome to Shalesey Cast. Got another deck spotlight for you. I am using the microphone from my webcam, so I hope it is not too annoying the background noise. I will be investing in a better microphone soon. Please give feedback on the mic sound. Is it too loud? Is the background noise too loud? Is it too quiet, etc.? And I'll have a look into those. It's very difficult to kind of get the level right because everyone's speakers are different, so it's very difficult to understand how loud it actually is. So without further ado, we'll get into the deck itself. I've got my webcam on here. Hi! Okay, so I've put the webcam in because the other microphone is very knackered, so I thought I would put the webcam one in because it's got a microphone on it. It is a bit of got an annoying background noise, but it's the best I can do. So this deck actually was on Reddit a few days ago. I thought I'd give it a try out. I had a lot of success with it, so I thought I would show you some of the games. I didn't actually start recording at the beginning, and I had some really awesome games. So I apologise for not recording those awesome games, but I do have some pretty good games for you. I've got a warrior, a rush warrior, a couple of shamans, a mage, a druid, a paladin. I think he was a control paladin, a handlock. So yeah, so quite a good variety of decks against. Both the priests that I played, I lost against. So I obviously not going to show you those games. So let's quickly run through the deck at the side here. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, but we have Blessing of Might, so +3 for 1 mana. Really good to synergize with Argent Squires or anything that you've put a Divine Shield on with Argent Protector. Again, you know, Argent Commander in the late game. Abusive Sergeant helps you do more face damage, helps you trade up through taunt. Leper Gnome does 2 damage Death Rattle. Young Priestess, nice 1 health buff. See, these are all pretty standard rushy things. Blessing of Might is a standard Paladin rush thing. Direwolf Alpha, again, we see that in Zoo deck and Knife Juggler. And then we've got Lorewalker Cho, and obviously the first thing I said is why Cho, and then in the post, which I will post in the bottom of the video, the guy said, you know, people were asking him why Cho, and he just said that he's just amazing versus Rogue. But actually, the second Shaman game I've got for you, you would just see the power of Cho. I wasn't going to show the second Shaman game because I didn't want to put 2 Shaman games in there, but you just see the ultimate power of Cho, and you get him down early, and you literally force your opponent into not playing those removal spells unless they want to give the spells to you, and then you can use them. So Cho, just a great addition. But you know, there's going to be the question, what can I replace Cho with? And I guess Cho's not essential, and I probably would put another Direwolf in instead of Cho. Sword of Justice is just amazing. You don't need 2 in there because you have the 2 True Silver champions. But if you get Sword of Justice early, you know, +1/+1 on 5 minions, and also you can attack for 1 if you need to. It is just a great. It's a great card for getting that strong board presence. Divine Favour. Divine Favour is one of these cards that if you don't really draw into it, you're just kind of screwed. If you run out of steam or gas, as everyone's been saying on Fight Night Hearthstone, run out of gas, man. So yeah, you can run out of steam, gas, whatever. If you don't get Divine Favour, it's very difficult to win a game without drawing Divine Favour. So if you get it in a mulligan, I usually keep it, because it's pretty essential that you get it. It's like Miracle Rogue with Gadgets. It's kind of essential to winning. The post said don't keep it versus Zoo, and I recommend that as well, because against the Zoo deck that I played against, it was just dead, because by the time I wanted to use it, it didn't have any cards. So it's kind of useless in that respect. True Silver Champion, attacks for 4, 2 durability, heals for 2. Just be careful when using it full health, because the heal happens before it hits, so you don't get the heal in those situations. Consecration, 2 damage to all the board, really good versus Zoo, really good versus anyone that's getting any kind of taunts together to put stop to it. Although Peacekeeper, I missed him out, changes the attack of 1 minion to 1, really good versus a lot of decks. Avenging Wrath, 2 of those in there, 8 damage split between all the characters on the other side, including the hero. Amazing finishing card. Always kind of keep it to the end. You know, once he throws up all his taunts, you can usually ping off a few hits in the face if he's got a few health left. I think that happens in one of the games. An Argent Commander, just the 4 attack, 2 health, charged creature with Divine Shield. Okay, let's get into the game. So I have sound because I wasn't playing any music for the first 4 games, and then I will turn the sound off because I'm playing music, and I will just play some Hearthstone music in the background, just so you can listen to something. So in the mulligan, I think we're probably going to get rid of True Shit Silver and Avenging Wrath, try and get more of our early game out there so we can put some pressure on. So we've got 2 Young Priestesses, which is really cool, pretty good for us. My right mouse button actually is playing up a little bit. Okay, we draw Divine Favour, so that's good for us. So my right mouse button is let me turn it down a bit. This actually, I've got the headphone in just so I can kind of hear the level of the sound. Probably about right. This game's pretty funny because he keeps saying "I'll crush you," I keep saying "thank you." It's kind of funny. The Armorsmith was a really good play here. I thought this was a Rush Warrior, but I'm guessing it's probably not. But yeah, there's a lot of V-Bucks go backwards and forwards in this game. He keeps saying "well played," I keep saying "thank you," keep saying "I'll crush you," I keep saying "thank you." You know, standard stuff. So now we get a free kill on the Armorsmith with the Leponome. So we get the other Priestess out there as well. We're kind of susceptible to Whirlwind here, but only 2 things die, thankfully, and one of those does 2 damage to his face. And we're kind of in the area where we need to start using Divine Favour soon. He's got a nice big hand, so we will draw a few cards. So generally we try and empty our hand and hope he has a big hand, and then we play it. So we're going to Knife Juggler and Hero Power because that's a nice synergy we've got there as well. See if we can hit the Frothing for 1. Nope. So we're just going to run the Leponomes in, do 4 damage to his face, clear that Frothing Berserker out so he doesn't cause any more trouble for us. Frothing Berserkers can you know, cause quite a bit of pain if they get big, so they're always it's always a good idea to clear them, no matter what deck you're playing. It's always a good idea. I'm a fan of this. Is my favourite map for breaking all the oh, there's the mouse button working, so he said he'd crush me. So we'll play out Divine Shield and then we'll draw 5 cards. And we'll try and keep, you can see me going up and down in the old half decker, trying to keep up to date. And we will Blessings of Might onto the Divine Shielded minion, and you know, thankfully the good old Young Priestess gives it a health buff as well, so we've now basically got a free Argent Commander for an extra 1 mana, which is pretty cool. So got a shield block, put this pen down, stop playing with it. So yeah, this guy was pretty slow. I'm pretty quick when I do my turn, so we've got a slam there. I thought there was going to be some follow up to this, but there just wasn't, so I think let's go with the Argent, let's get him low. We've got like another charge, well, we've got 2 other charged creatures with Leroy in hand. We're pretty much in lethal range next turn, and I think he brawls here, if I remember rightly. Yeah, and he throws out a greetings. I don't know. This guy was just. I think maybe he thought that like that kind of screwed me, but you know it didn't. So throw him out of greetings as well. Return the favour. And then this is just the slowest turn ever. Can't even remember what he does here. But yeah, good old rope burners, eh? Aren't they great? Cruel task, armour up, and that's game. Get a Cho out there. Game number 1! Right. Okay. Game 2, I think he's straight after, so we will just stay on the game. We will fast forward. So mage, nope. Okay, shaman. Okay, trying to sneeze. So, think we just want to keep the knife juggler. Okay, not the best start in the world. Okay, bit of Cho. I do have a new mouse on the way. So, get Cho out there. Cho! So, you want to drop Cho early, because what your opponent's going to try and do is remove him without playing spells. And then what you're going to do is try and protect him. And here we go for the 50-50, and we miss. So basically our knife juggler's going to die now, because he is the biggest threat on the board at the moment, and it is probably wise to remove him, because he is, you know, he's an extra damage per minion drop. So you always want to get rid of the old knife juggler. Draw a card. So now we play the old Protect Cho game. So we are susceptible to Lightning Storm here, but we don't really care if he uses Lightning Storm, because then we get Lightning Storm. So, and we do 2 damage to his face. You know, the Silver Hand was free. Well, he was 2 mana, but he didn't cost us a card. So it's all good. So we generally with shamans okay. So I guess I'm just starting to slow down a little bit here. Mainly because he's not playing anything. So I choose to play around Lightning Storm here by using my 1/1s to kill the Azure Drake. And burns a card, burns a Hex, which is pretty good for us. I mean, if you hexes Cho, it's just so much value for us. We get a Hex, and at a certain stage here we have 2 spells in our hand, so we actually want Cho to die. We don't want him to be there forever. So we're just trying to play no spells until we haven't got anything left but spells. So he does us a favour, and he Earth Shocks Cho for us, so we get an Earth Shock. pretty cool. And what do I do here? What am I going to do? True silver. I mean, there's a couple of options here, but you know, I could have Aldored. I could have Aldored here, but I'm going to use the Earth Shock, get the Knife Juggler out, take out the board, and we definitely want to play around Lightning Storm now, because you know, we want to keep that Divine Shield on that Argent Commander, just in case he needs to trade into anything, just in case he plays Lightning Storm, you know, Lightning Bolt, he has to use 2 removal spells on him, or he has to get spell damage and use an Earth Shock, but he's already used an Earth Shock, so he's got limited options of dealing with it if we keep the Divine Shield on it. But we're going to get hexed, so that's both his hexes gone, which is cool. And I think he messed up here, because I think he wanted to Rock Biter the Knife Juggler, but he hexed first. So just be aware, people, if you're playing Shaman, if you're going to hex something and you want to also hit something with a Rock Biter, make sure you hit the thing with the Rock Biter first. So I was trying to get the I was trying to kill the totem with the Knife Juggles. Didn't really work out, so we'll use the Consecration for its face damage and to clear that, so we can push in. And I wanted to push in as much face damage as possible, so that we can, if he puts any taunts up, we can potentially finish him with Avenging Wrath next turn. Which I think is what happens. As you can see, we've lost 1 point of health this game. The only damage we took was so we lose our board. Apart from Joe. And this Totemic Might was genius, because it actually saved his life. Gets an extra turn to live. I think we top deck Leroy. I think. Played quite a few games this morning. So we basically need to draw 1 damage to win next turn. So there's a lot of cards that do that. There's Leroy. Give him a Divine Shield just for funsies. Cool. Right. On to the Mage. So Mage, I think we've got nothing to synergize with Abusive, so we'll get rid of him. We've got Divine Favour here. We've now got a 1-drop, so we've got our turn 1 play, which is pretty cool. And it kind of forces the Mage, or it doesn't force the Mage, but it kind of puts the Mage in the position where she's got to use a coin to hero power the Lepo Gnome. So coin hero power, which then she doesn't have the coin. But unluckily for us, the Mage has the Arcane Missiles. This was actually a really good game, if I remember rightly. This was a really good game with our Golden Mage friend. So we get the Knife Juggler out there. I did consider hero powering, but the Mage definitely can kill if we hero power. Thankfully, we get a 1-drop, so we get a shot at killing the Knife Juggler. Knife Juggler doesn't want to play, so I think trading is fine here. You know, we have 2 1/1 minions out, or well, one of them might get buffed by the Young Priestess, but leaving his Knife Juggler out there really just doesn't do us any favours. So we got a couple of we got value out of him, so we might as well throw him in. So draw another Knife Juggler. Let's get some face in there. It's always a good idea to, not always, but maximise the value of your hero power to save cards, especially when it synergises so well with the Knife Juggler. This is an amazing draw. I mean, the Worgen can be real annoying with the mage. So that's like 8 damage a turn if he wants to face damage with it. So we will Blessings of Might onto the Knife Juggler. Trade out for the Worgen. And we're trying to... We're aiming for a turn 7 Divine Favour. So we want to empty... So, you know, we're looking to play the Argent Commander next turn unless there's any reason for us not to do it. We get a Fireball out of the Mage into the Knife Juggler, which is just great value for us. We'll clear out the Loot Hoarder. Play the Argent. So we've got a secret. I don't know why I did that. I could have cleared both of those and given the extra 2 damage to the Argent and taken him down to 3. So we had the choice of the Argent Protector or the Hero Power, so we're going to Hero Power, and he's potential lethal next turn, but there's a strong possibility that is Ice Block. Especially, oh, that arrow is so messed up, man. The arrow is messed up. He Ice Lances the Argent. So I think if we want to clear this, we got to Consecrate. Can't kill him this turn. But I realise we can trigger the Ice Block with the Sword of Justice. And we've got the Avenging Wrath to finish him off. Just a note, with if you believe a secret is Ice Block, always a good idea to get your opponent as low as possible before you put the killing blow in, because what's going to happen is all the last points of damage are going to be negated. So if you leave him on 6 and then you hit him in the face for 6 with Leroy, he's going to be left on 6 damage. If you get him down to 1 and then hit him in the face with Leroy, then he's going to be on 1 damage and he's going to be much easier to kill on subsequent turns. So, hang on, 48, 34, so we lost a few games, I think. Druid. Okay, I don't seem to have any sound now, so I'm going to turn the sound off. I'm just going to turn the music on. We've got 20 odd minutes of music and then we'll cycle it through. So, totally missed the mulligan there. I'm not sure what it is, but it's quite loud for me. So, Blessing of Might is just really good here. To clear this Druid, needs the Wrathers and Hero Powers, so he will take 4 damage to the face. But it chooses not to, it chooses the Sen'jin instead. And there's no real easy way for us to clear the Sen'jin. My video seems to have frozen. Okay. Sure what happened there. So we get the True Silver out. And you know, this is really inefficient and we take 3 damage because of the, you know, the heal comes first, so and now we die to Wrath. We die to Hero Power, but he takes 4 to the face. So this isn't the ideal situation for us. The Senjin was probably a really good play, but then we top deck another Blessing and Might, so it's just a free Druid of the Claw for us. And we get to heal back some of that damage. So we're gonna Hero Power now in the face. It's gonna take 7 damage, well 6 damage, which is definitely not ideal for him. I think this is just a YOLO Leroy. We've got so much damage in our hand. We really don't care if Leroy dies. You know, we really we want to get in a situation where we can draw as many cards as possible. So we don't really want to be saving Leroy for a finishing move because we know the Druid's going to have a lot of taunts. So saving Leroy is not necessary. You know, we did the 6 damage to the face, and that's all we really needed to do with Leroy. He's done his job. We get faceless, and Leroy gets stolen. You know, that's fine. We've got Avenging Wrath. We've got a second Avenging Wrath now, so we're always going to play Avenging Wrath. And we put our opponent down to 6. We've got another charge minion. You know, we've got a way to draw cards once we burn these. You know, we're not necessarily going to be able to burn these cards anytime soon, which is a bit of a shame. So I think, yeah, well, while we can hit him in the face, let's hit him in the face. There's no point using another Avenging while there's no taunts there. I mean, the turn before there were no taunts, but we had 2 low minions that we wanted to clear off the board. Using it versus this Ancient of Law just seems like a waste. This kind of sucks for us. So, yeah. We'll see what happens here. We only needed to get the Druid of the Claw down to 5. So we got a sorry about that. I can't remember how this game ends actually. Oh yeah, wow. So Nourish there was just, you know, we've got Divine Favour in the hand, we're going to be using it next turn anyway. We were trying to burn out our cards, and then he just really kindly just filled his hand with cards. He did use a couple though, so that was a bit unfortunate. So I'll play the Sword of Justice. We'll see what we draw. So we're going to draw 4 cards. So I think we may as well Knife Juggler. Even do a point of damage to the face. He's getting pretty low now. Got the 2 damage from the Leponome. We've got another Leponome in hand. We have Consecration to do another 2. And then Cenarius. And I think here he definitely should clear the Knife Juggler. I think if he clears the Knife Juggler there, he wins. He doesn't win. He just doesn't lose. Sorry, but not clearing the Knife Juggler was a mistake. And I don't think I realised that I had lethal at this stage. It's like, oh, actually I have lethal. Okay. GG. Okie dokie. Okay, so 134. So So I did manage to go from rank 7 to rank 5 with this deck, which is some of the hardest ranks right now. So hang on, I totally missed the mulligan there. Okay, sorry about that. So we are 30 minutes so far. So I hope these videos aren't too long. I hope they are long enough. If they're too long, not long enough, then leave a comment. Constructive comment. So we get rid of the Blessing of Might. We haven't got anything to synergize with it. So we get Cho, Sword of Justice as your protector. Not the most amazing opening hand, but the Sword of Justice is real good. We like a bit of Sword of Justice. It's always going to get us ahead. So we've got this game and 2 more. What's everyone's opinions on the cards? I really like the so we get Law Worker out, get him out nice and early, put stop to our opponent's removal. I don't like the Fireside card back. I prefer the Pandaria one. I've got Pandaria on both my NA and EU account, and I really want the one that with the rainbows and stuff on. That might be it looks like it could be a season 3 season reward, but it just the rainbow card, man, wow, it's just amazing. It is a maze. So we can get the Sword of Justice out here and clear this 1/1. I think, why do I clear the 1/1s? There's a lot of things in Paladin's hand that buff Paladin decks that buff the 1/1 tokens, and you know, clearly he's just popping the tokens out there because he wants me to use the charges off my Sword of Justice, which is fine. But here we can use Cho to clear one, and then we will protect our Cho. So we've got a really good board presence now. Sword of Justice doing some work here. Got a couple of Divine Shields out. I think Cho gets silenced though, which kind of sucks. But we just drew a silence, which is always good, right? Get a nice buffed Lepanome, and we're just going to Divine Favour now because his hand is just so huge. It'd just be crazy not to, and we just, you know, I'm doing the work in the half deck at the side. We've just got such a huge hand now. We've got we have the board. I was trying to say thank you, but then I just right mouse button, damn you. So then I realised that the 3/2 is the one we need. I'm going to buff up Divine Shield, get some face action in there. So we've got a really good board position here. We've got a 5/2 with Divine Shield, a 3/3 and a 3/2, and a full hand of cards. Aldor's just going to be annoying. That's fine. What else are you going to play? A second Aldor! Cool. So I think my idea here is we consecrate, we get a bit of face damage, and I can clear both the Peacekeepers and give him another 2 face damage with the Lepanome. Get the Knife Juggler out there as well. I'd got a load of low health, low cost minions in my hand, so I was going to pop both Knife Jugglers out at once and get double value out of them. But I figured that get one out there first of all, might draw some removal, and if it doesn't, then we get a lot of damage in there. So it did draw the Consecrate. And second Divine Favour, it's just great. We've got all these low cost minions, so hopefully we're going to hit this Silver Hand Recruit. There we go, cool. Otherwise we would have had to possibly clear him with the 3-1. So he's down to 10 health. Second Consecrate Arrow, which is going to pretty much clear our board. We're going to be left with the 1-1. Just think, stop this big game being a problem. We'll just consecrate him, and we'll get some face damage in there while we can. Leave him on 3. We've got the Avenging Wrath in there. So my whole thinking is he's probably going to play Tyrion. And if he doesn't have Tyrion, he's going to have to play some kind of taunt. So I just figure if he plays Tyrion, which eventually he does after quite a lot of deliberation, we've got Avenging Wrath and we can probably kill him with it. We probably hope that 3 out of the 8 manage to hit him in the face. And if he doesn't play a taunt, he's dead anyway from the weapon. So. Doesn't anyone else think the Hearthstone music's just like proper awesome? Like super awesome? Just me. Okay. So we get Tyrion. So we're going to Avenging Wrath. We've got plenty of stuff to kill him if this doesn't pull off. But it does! And we win! Alrighty. Where's my mouse? 143, 38, so we've got a nice... Oh. We've got Mr. Handlock. I kind of like this hand. Adjunct Squire, Blessing of Might, synergise, as does the Abusive Sergeant. We can assume... We can mulligan as if we're playing Zoo, because we don't know yet. So we'll put the Adjunct Squire out, and we're probably going to follow up with an Abusive and the Young Priestess, rather than the Blessings of Might yet. Just kind of see what he does. Sorry about this. I always forget that I'm recording that I might use it. And yes, every game I played last night was Handlock or Zoo. True story. Okay. So we got another Abusive Sergeant. We're pretty confident that we're against Handlock right now. Especially if it life taps again, and that kind of confirms it. Sometimes, Zoo gets really bad starting and he can't play anything on turn 1, and then he taps turn 2, which is what he did. So it could still possibly be there. That was me starting up a spreadsheet. Was it something? What was I doing? What am I doing? Messing up recording. Okay, so we're going to play Direwolf. And I play it between those two because he's probably going to try and remove... If he's going to remove anything, he's going to try and remove the Young Priestess. So I want it between the Abusive and the Argent. Got another Rope Burner. Cool. I mean, it is turn 3 and he is down to 15, so you can probably appreciate if he is Handlock, then he doesn't have a lot of answers at this stage of the game. So he's gonna coin Hellfire, which puts him in a pretty poor position because of the Divine Shield. So I'm going to do what any self-respecting Paladin Rush player would do. I'm going to draw a shit ton of cards. So we're going to get 6 to the face, and we've just got everything we need to finish this game. Even if a giant comes out here, he might be able to give it taunt. But we've got Aldor, so it's just going to be a roadblock that we're going to be able to get through eventually. Mortal Coil. I'm guessing he's searching for his taunt. And there's the giant. So I considered Aldoring first of all, and then I was just thinking, why don't I just try and kill him? So I just thought, let's get the Lepinomes out there, and bit of guaranteed damage, him in the face. So, you know, the Lepinomes are out there, he's down to 3. I was just like, you know, why don't we just turn the giant into a roadblock? But why don't we just put him in a range where he's pretty fucked? He's down to 3. You know, if he taunts up now, all we do is run the Lepinomes into something and he's dead. He has to heal. Even if he does heal, we've got Avenging Wrath as well, you know. So yeah, he kind of just gives up at this stage in Shadow Flames. And we kill him with the Lepinomes. Cool. Right. Where did that take us? Yeah, we were floating in rank 6 for quite a while with this deck. So, the Shaman. Okay. This is just a pretty good starting hand. We don't need Aldor. We'll keep the Argent. Mainly for the Young Priestess. I mean, this is just, wow. This hand and the coin is pretty awesome. We have good feelings about this. I mean, all we need now is a Divine Favour draw, and this is GG, I guess. I think this is the game where True Cho got Nerve Shock. I mean, whatever we do, one of those is getting Nerve Shocked, pretty much. So that's fine. We'll get a Divine Shield on our Young Priestess. If he got Earth Shock, then, you know, it was a bit of a waste, but we're playing around the fact that he's just used an Earth Shock, so the chances that he had 2 in his hand are pretty remote. So the Feral goes down. I really wanted to play Cho right here, but with the Dire Wolf we can clear both. Don't know what I'm thinking about here. I'm obviously tabbed out, because it seems like a pretty obvious player. So now he's only got 2 mana because of the and that's one real big thing with the Feral Spirits is because of the overload. If you clear them immediately, the Shaman's next turn, if it's early in the game, turn 3, turn 4, his next turn is always going to be pretty lackluster. So let's get Cho out there and really put some pressure on him. Get some free spells, yeah. I mean, we're very susceptible to the Lightning Storm, or we were until we played Cho, and now we're just kind of like Lightning Stormers, bro. Because then we get free Lightning Storm. The only thing I've noticed with Cho in this deck is we've got a lot of spells, so we get into a position where we are just not using spells, we're getting all our opponent's spells, and then we get into a position where we want Cho to die. So we take any opportunity to run him into stuff if we can buff him, or we just hope our opponent gets pissed off enough to remove him for us, which is pretty cool. When our hand's full of spells and our opponent removes him, it's like happy days. So we'll have a free Feral Spirits. Thank you, bro. And that's one key thing. I mean, I've never really. This is the first time I've ever played Cho in the deck. It's just one of those where. So I mean, Consecration would have been a good move here, but obviously we don't want to because Cho. So the one thing that I realised real quick when you've got Cho in your deck is you have to do as much work as you can without playing spells. You just want to save them up. We're playing a Shaman, so we're always going to save Aldor. Okay, I can spell. Okay, let's replay this music. Okay, so Flametongue Totem. Take it out. We're always going to take out the Spell Power Totem, whether we've got Cho or not. And we'll get some face damage in there. Heal us back up to 30. So yeah, I've got 3 spells in my hand, so I want Cho to die right now, and he just got buffed to 0-5. This was another really cool game. I really enjoyed this game. The power of Cho was just seeing it. I mean, you could see my opponent thinking. You know, it was just free lightning bolt. Thank you. So this is, I mean, this is what we've saved Aldor for. This exact situation. So just this out. So now we have all spells in our hand, so we really want our opponent to kill Cho this turn, and he obliges very kindly of him. So we're going to get rid of the Divine Shields, we're going to consecrate some Feral Spirits out there. We're going to get buffed by our Sword of Justice. And we're going to buff our buffed Aldor and hit him in the face. So now he's pretty much dead. So there's the Lightning Storm. So we need 1 damage. Might as well just play that out for funsies. He gives us a mana well played, and we finish him off with his own lightning bolt. Cool. So, thank you for watching. Feedback on the audio, please. Like I say, I am going to get a decent £50 desktop mic, which should improve the audio significantly. Any other feedback, much appreciated. Drop it on a comment in the video. Please keep it constructive and no butt hurt comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.